Welcome to day 5, ladies. I was going to give the verses, but this is all of
It's
chapter
our review
5.
day.
Yes. And so we thought today we would just like to talk about what have we learned this week about Jesus.
Yeah, there's so much here. But one of the first things that stood out to me in day 1 was that Jesus saw that invalid man and he knew the smallest details of his life. Just like he knows us. He can see a multitude of people, and at the same time he sees one individual person and knows that person.
Zeroes in and knows that person's need. Yeah, love that.
Yeah. What else?
Another thing that I saw along with that first day is Jesus heals. He gives new life.
Yeah.
That's a pretty simple one.
Yeah.
I praised him for being the life.
Yeah, another thing that stood out to me in day 2 was verse 13 that 14, that Jesus found that man in the temple and he went out and sought him. And that made me think of, the Good Shepherd. He goes out and he seeks the one lost sheep and doesn't wait for that man to go find him, but he goes and seeks him out.
Ashrita, that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. And then I think for day 3, if I look back and think about how Jesus is doing the Father's work, he really is following his Father and looking to him.
Yeah. That's a great picture of like father, like son, I think is what you said.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I even, I just remember, of course, I probably watched my mother more than I did my father, but it must be similar for fathers and sons. But I loved watching my mom when she was in the kitchen or even putting on her makeup, whatever it is she was doing. I wanted to be there and watch her, and I got that sense that Jesus is the same.
Yeah, that's great. Another thing that stood out, especially in day 3 and 4, which we talked about his discourse, is just the pain and the rejection and the anger that it's right there, his tone as he's saying these words, and even that he calls himself Son of Man more often than he calls himself Son of God, and that Jesus experienced the whole spectrum of human emotion, and that's just wow.
Yeah, I think we were talking, the rejection really stood out to us from day 4, without a doubt. And here's the one who, at a voice, there's going to be a voice where the dead rise out of the tombs. Like, this is going to be his voice.
Yeah.
How can we reject that?
I know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking through, because he talks a lot about miracles and works in day 3 and 4, and the greatest miracle of all is power over life and death. Yes. And that is, he calls himself the resurrection and the life when he talks to Martha. That is our Jesus, the one who can speak and bring people to life. Yeah.
The dead will rise because of him.
Yeah. Well, those are some of the things we pulled out about Jesus in this week's text. We'd love to hear what did you learn about Jesus the Son in this week's passage. Let us know.